G'day folks, Conor here from C-Dubs Media, back with another video. Today we're having a look at the BlueAnt speaker. It is the X0i, great little speaker, one of their newest little speakers, and I'm just going to give you some real world experiences of how I've been using this. I've actually got two, I've paired them up together, and I've got some great little situations where these are awesome. I dig them, so let's get stuck into it. I'm just going to go through the specs quickly, and these are the specs that BlueAnt are pointing out here. So 6-watt portable Bluetooth speaker, IP56, 13 hours of playtime, Bluetooth 5.0, so fairly up to date. We have a 45mm driver and one passive radiator, a built-in microphone for taking calls. I like that. Now here is one of the speakers. Looks great, nice and shimmery, and that is called Shimmer Weave. It's a personal design to BlueAnt, and I really like it. Looks good in the sun, looks good in the dark. It looks stylish. And now, for me, this is, you see a lot of speakers that look the same. They're that round sort of mini Coke can sort of build and design. And BlueAnt have made sure that these are very different to some of the others. Now, some branding there. The X on one side, BlueAnt on the other. On the top, you have your volume up, down, play, pause, or answer calls button. And that's one of the features that's pretty cool with this. You can also take calls on it. It does have a microphone built in. Now it has some very small little feet on the bottom here, which are good for just like giving it a little bit of grip. Not much, more just for the look, but they're there. Then you have USB Type-C charging, which is good to see. You have 1800 milliamp hour of battery here, which equates to about 13 hours. I think I was getting about that. I certainly wasn't timing it, but I charged them and they haven't needed to be charged since because it is quite hard to get 13 hours of use out of a speaker, especially in a review time. So this is what I've been doing with it. First one is I got two and I paired them up. Now in the mornings I get about 15 minutes of me time to watch some content, and that's generally where I do a quick little bit of power learning on YouTube or something like that. So I set my phone up on a little phone stand and I connect the two speakers side by side. So I'm sitting there with my nice display on my beautiful smartphone, getting this surround sound sort of effect from the dual speakers. I love it. It gives up such a good sound, and I always think when I'm reviewing phones, I think, oh, gee, they sound really good. But then you pair them up with even something like the BlueAnt X0i. Wow, so much better and so much more enjoyable to watch content when it's good sound. So here's the setup. You can see on the screen here how it looks and how it might look for you. For me, I love it. And this is like my daily breakfast now is my phone and my two little BlueAnt X0i paired speakers. Really cool. I love that functionality of pairing them together. It just seems to give you something extra. So you've got one little speaker becomes two, becomes one, better overall experience. Now, ease of use, it was really easy to pair these up. Just simple pimple really, just turn them on, go into Bluetooth mode and connect them to your phone. And then you do have one is a master device, they call it. I don't know if we're allowed to call it that these days, but that's what it is. And then so you pair your other speaker to that, and that's the one that controls both speakers when they're in paired mode. Duo mode it's called. I've got to remember that. Duo mode, duo mode, duo mode. So to get them into duo mode or paired together, you need to press and hold the Bluetooth button for 3 seconds. Once that's been pressed for 3 seconds, let go and wait for 10 seconds for the two speakers to pair. You will get a verbal notification once they're paired, and then you're good to go. It really is that easy. Now, I do also take speakers out on my day trips with me, and that's if I'm just away by myself somewhere. I like to put on a bit of tunes, and these are definitely good for that. They've got the little carry cable attached to one end, so you can clip them to your bag or just easily pick them up and carry them. I like that. I think that's well thought out and makes it easier to take them around. Now, they're just the right size for a day trip because you don't want to be that idiot in the park with your music blaring, disrupting everyone else. There's plenty of those around. With these on your road trips, they're enough to give you the music you want, but discreet enough to not disturb others in the area. So I like that. I think that's a good option here. There's other speakers within the BlueAnt lineup that I'll look at shortly, but for that little day trip where you don't want to disrupt others, these are good. I like it. And it is IP56, so you're going to be able to have it in a little bit of rain. You can get a bit of a splash on it, a little bit of dust on it, but you don't want to go throwing it in the pool or dunking it underwater. Now, back to the battery life. So if I use it for 10 minutes in the morning while I'm having breakfast, and then maybe for like say an hour if I'm on a road trip, that's going to be like an hour and 10 minutes a day. They last for 13 hours. It's going to be like 12 days worth of use I'm going to get out of these before they need charging. So not much to worry about with battery life. As long as they're charged before you go somewhere, you're going to get plenty out of them. Now, the next part of the review, we're going to talk about the sound. And as I always say, this is subjective to your hearing and your environment. So that's what I'm going to stick with. So for me, in the environments I was using them, I was happy with the sound. I've had many little Bluetooth speakers over the years. Some sound terrible, some sound just fine. And the BlueAnt X0i's, for me, they have some good sound. It's, like anything, you blow it out at the top end, you could start to get a little bit tinny, but it's fairly robust audio here. It's multi-purpose. It's for throwing your speaker in the bag and having music playing. It's for sitting down at the kitchen table and having music playing or listening to a podcast. This isn't for filling a house full of music at high volumes. Think about the device that we're using, and the sound is plenty good enough for the average user. And like I said earlier, BlueAnt have some other options as well if you want something with a bit more beef in it. Now these are 45mm drivers that is pushing the sound out, and they also have a radiator in each speaker as well, which is good. I mean, there's a little, so the radiator's probably here nor there, but it's definitely there to assist with the sound. Now they come in 3 colors. I've got the blue and the purple and they look great, but they also have a black one, which is just as nice. I like it. Pretty much in the box, you get the speaker and a charging cable, which is all you need. Charging speeds are pretty quick too. I'm happy with that. Pretty much all around happy with the BlueAnt X0i. What questions do you have about the BlueAnt X0i? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be really keen to hear your thoughts on this one. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Check ya!